Before pyramids cast their shadows across Egyptian sands, before Babylon's ziggurats scraped the Mesopotamian sky, there was a place with no towering monuments, no immortal kings, no battle hymns carved into stone, just streets, perfectly laid, wells, cool and deep, and silence. This was the Indus Valley Civilization, a people who built a world and walked away without leaving a single story behind. Around 3300 BCE, on the floodplains of the Indus River, something ancient stirred. The land was fertile, the rivers unpredictable. But the people here understood rhythm. They watched the monsoon, they tamed the water. They built, quietly, deliberately. Villages formed, linked by dirt paths and trade, then towns, then cities. They built not upward, but outward, not for spectacle, but for stability. Unlike the kings of Ur or Thebes, these people left no legacy in stone, no thrones, no war murals, no divine mandates. But they left something else, a city that breathed. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Dolavira, Rakhigarhi. We gave them these names. We had to, because they left us none. The cities of the Indus were not accidents of growth. They were blueprints brought to life. Grids, precision. A logic that modern planners still admire. Wide streets aligned to the cardinal directions. Blocks organized by purpose. Residential, commercial, civic. Massive granaries to store food. Public baths for cleansing. Private wells in nearly every home. It wasn't just functional, it was humane. In Mohenjo-daro, the Great Bath dominates the center. Not a palace, not a temple, but a bath. Imagine that. A civilization that placed ritual cleanliness at the heart of its world. Each brick was standardized, same size, same ratio, from one city to the next. It's as if every builder, every craftsman, followed the same unspoken code. This wasn't chaos. This was coordination. Across a civilization larger than Egypt and Mesopotamia combined, they farmed barley and wheat, domesticated humped cattle and water buffalo, harvested cotton, the oldest known in the world. They didn't just survive, they thrived. And they traded. From Lothal on the Gujarat coast, they sailed to distant lands. Mesopotamian records mention a place called Meluha, a land of fine woods, lapis lazuli, and red stones. We believe that was them, the Indus people. Merchants used standardized weights, cubed stones in precise ratios, still astonishing in accuracy. But more intriguing were the seals. Thousands of them, carved in steatite, some barely an inch wide, each bearing animals, real and mythical, and lines of symbols we still can't read. A unicorn, a short inscription, always brief, always mysterious. We call it Indus script. But is it even a script? That's the debate. No long texts, no inscriptions on monuments, no bilingual tablets, just hundreds of small cryptic markings. Some scholars think it's not a language at all, just symbols for trade or ownership. Others believe it's a lost script, one of the world's oldest. But without a Rosetta Stone, we're left guessing. A civilization that gave us so much, but never told us who they were. Who ruled this world? No royal tombs, no palace foundations, no statues of divine kings. There's no proof of armies, no weapons of conquest, no records of war. Did they rule by consensus, by priesthood, by trade guild? Or do they organize society without hierarchy at all? We don't know. But whatever they did, it worked. For centuries, peace reigned. Or perhaps peace simply left no scars. Around 1900 BCE, something changed. The great cities began to empty. It wasn't war, it wasn't fire. There are no mass graves, no burned walls, no signs of siege. But the bricks became sloppy. The drains clogged. The order disappeared. What happened? Theories abound. Climate change, the monsoon weakened, the rivers shifted, the Sarasvati dried up. Others blame overexploitation of land or a collapse in trade with Mesopotamia. Still others suggest earthquake or plague. But the truth may be more subtle. A civilization built on balance, ecological, social, technological, may have simply reached its breaking point. And when it broke, it didn't shatter, it dissolved. In time, new people came. From the steppes of Central Asia, they brought horses, chariots, and a new language. Sanskrit. The Indo-Aryans. They composed the Vedas, India's oldest scriptures. They spoke of gods, fire, and sacrifice, of tribes and battles. But they never mentioned Mohenjo-daro, never recalled Harappa, never spoke the names of the people who came before. The Indus Valley was not conquered. It was forgotten, buried, silent. Until one day in the 1920s, railway workers in British India uncovered bricks. Old, unusual, precise. And the mystery returned. Today, the Indus Valley stands as both marvel and enigma. We marvel at their engineering, their organization, their reach. We wonder at their humility, their restraint, their quiet. No empires, no boastful inscriptions, just systems. They built cities not to glorify themselves, but to make life better, cleaner, healthier, sustainable. In a world obsessed with power, they remind us that true strength might lie in balance. And what if their silence isn't a failure? What if it was intentional? What if they didn't care about legacy, only about living well, then letting go? They were never lost. We simply stopped listening. They didn't vanish in a blaze of glory. They turned off the lights, locked the doors, and walked off stage. No curtain call, no farewell speech, no final monument. Just streets and seals and dust. The Indus Valley Civilization, the world's most advanced ancient society that left behind no story,